If you're looking to add online courses to your WordPress membership website, you may be surprised to know that Thrive Apprentice already works with many of the popular membership plugins, even without a specific integration. It all depends on how your membership plugin works. If it uses WordPress user roles, then the process I'm about to show you should work just fine. That means it should work for membership plugins such as S2Member, aMember 360, Restrict Content Pro, aMember, Ultimate Membership Pro, and many others. Stick around and I'll show you how. I'm Brad from Thrive Themes, and to show you how Thrive Apprentice works with these plugins, we first need to talk about how WordPress user roles are set up. Now, you might not be aware of this, but there are 5 different types of WordPress user roles that are built right into WordPress. You don't need a membership plugin for these user roles to already be there. You've probably heard of some of them. The first one, admin or administrator, is what you would be in your own website. But after that, you also have editor, contributor, author, and subscriber. Each user role is made up of a collection of capabilities. Capability is like a user permission. It allows someone logging into your website to be able to do different things, maybe install plugins, delete blog posts, etc. The subscriber role has only one thing it can do: read. So if someone logs into your website as a subscriber, they can't see the WordPress backend, they can't do anything. They can simply read your content and leave comments. That's all. It's the safest option. You can run your own WordPress website with just one role as the admin, and that's all. But if you want to add the ability for people to sign up to special content, you might then also add the subscriber role. And as your website grows, you may hire contributors who will write other blog posts on your site, and you want to grant those user roles to those people so they can log in and do what they need to. The important thing that you need to know about WordPress user roles is that anyone logged in your website can have multiple user roles. They could be an editor as well as a contributor. That would mean that all the capabilities of an editor apply as well as all the capabilities of the contributor, just for that one user. So if I now jump into Thrive Apprentice dashboard, here's Thrive Apprentice and I've got 3 courses. This first one here, this is the course I want to protect. So if I click on this course, what we have here is a tab that says Access Restrictions. And if I click on that, we can choose to restrict access. That means that anyone can only see this course if they match the rules I set in the user restrictions access. So here I can go add rule. Thrive Apprentice already has some membership integrations built in. So if you're using Member Mouse or Wishlist Member, you'll find the options right here, once you've installed them on your website, that is. And then you can restrict access to the courses to specific memberships with those plugins. We also have the send out option, which allows you to bypass the need for a membership tool and simply use the protection built straight into Thrive Apprentice. But now what I want to show you is if we go to WordPress role, we can set up a rule that protects via which user role they are. There you'll see we have editor, author, contributor, and subscriber. So if you wanted to create a free course, it's as easy as ticking subscriber, clicking add rule, and then that means that someone needs to log into your website as a subscriber, then they have access to the course. It's completely free. But there are 2 plugins that I now want to show you how they work. And they can use this WordPress user role feature in a slightly different way. We're going to look at using S2Member and aMember 360. Both of these use WordPress user roles in slightly different ways. So we'll start with S2Member. So now I've activated S2Member. As you can see on the left-hand side here, we have the S2Member option right there. So again, I'm going to go back to that Thrive Apprentice course, go under Access Restrictions and click Restrict Access. Going to click add rule and then click on WordPress role. Now what you'll see is if I scroll down, we have editor, author, contributor, subscriber, and if I carry on down, you'll see there's now 4 membership levels that have been created by S2Member. S2Member level 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I could simply click which level someone needs to have to be able to access this course. From there, S2Member is responsible for granting that user role or revoking it if their payment fails, let's say. Now, as I say, you can have multiple user roles. So I could say that for memberships level 1, 2, and 3, all of them get access to this online course. Or I could restrict that just to 1 if that's what I would prefer. So I can customize that and easily set that up. That means that S2Member is responsible for managing what membership applies to a specific user But then this access restriction within Thrive Apprentice then connects the dots. It connects the course to that membership level inside of S2 Member. It's as easy as that. And that's not with a custom setup at all. That simply means that the membership tool we're using must create a new WordPress user role. And that's it. Now I'm going to show you how this works with aMember 360, which uses a slightly different approach. What I've done now is I've deactivated S2 Member and I've enabled aMember 360. It works slightly differently. So you'll see if I go on to aMember 360, we have something called role to tags mapping. The way this membership plugin works is it would grant a WordPress user role to a user if they have a particular tag in their ActiveCampaign account. So you'll see they call it role mappings. But at the moment I can't select a role because it's a wise idea not to mess around with the bare 5 WordPress user roles. So we need to create a special one just for this case. Now if we go under plugins and we go add new, the plugin worth using is one called Capability Manager Enhance. And that's this one that you see here. I've already activated and installed this. So it adds extra functionality to your website, which lets you change something about the user roles. And I'll show you what I mean. If I now go under users, we have another option here that says capabilities. So I'm going to click on that and we'll be looking at the Capability Manager Enhance, the plugin. And what you'll see up in the top right hand corner is it says select role to view or edit. And there's our 5 main roles. Currently it's set to subscriber, and you'll see that a subscriber only has read access. That's the core capability. So we want to duplicate this to a new role that is specific just for our online course. So I've got copy subscriber role. It's going to take this role and all of its capabilities. I'm going to give it a name. We're going to call it well-being, because that's the name of our course. This is only for internal use on your own website. I'm going to click copy. So now we have a well-being role that has been created, and it also has read access. So if I return to aMember 360 and I go to role to tags mapping, now what we can do is we can select well-being as one of the roles that we want to grant on the website. And then we simply need to go through and choose a tag, whichever tag we want to. And that would then grant access to this user role when that ActiveCampaign user has that tag. And we would simply click add. From there, it's a matter of just returning to Thrive Apprentice, finding our online course, going to access restrictions, again, restrict access, add rule, WordPress role, and now we're going to choose well-being. So that means you'll only get access to this course if you have that user role, which means aMember 360 has granted you that access. This process of restricting content with membership plugins doesn't work with all the software out there. It has to be plugins that build upon the WordPress user role functionality. So if you're looking at a particular membership tool and you're not sure, do a bit of research into the documentation and see if it does use WordPress user roles. If it does, hopefully this will work for you. Try it out and drop us a comment below to let us know if it's working for you.